Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Let's find out. This story is about nurturing your miracle. You are working on something, or you are the miracle, and the universe is reminding you that you must nurture the miracle you are, or what you're working on. You've got to, if you're bringing something into the world, you've got to nurture it. If when people are pregnant, um, they they have to nurture their bodies, they have to nurture their environment, they have to nurture that living being that is going to come forward into the world. They can't just like be like, oh well, I'll just get to it when I want. And that's the same thing with anything you bring into the world. Whatever project it is, whatever you're trying to create, you have to really nurture it. And it looks like a miracle when you nurture something to that level. It just springs into life and takes on a life of its own. What you've created has its own life force now. You have created something, a connection with someone, a project, a story or book. You may have not even written it, but it's out there somewhere, and it is going to be a miracle. It is going to be a creation that changes something so much. But you got to do the work. You got to nurture it. You got to bring it into life. You got to make sure that it doesn't fizzle out. You've got to take time. You got to water it, and you've got to make sure that you get rid of the weeds and give it nourishment and sunshine and shade and all the things it needs to grow, to be nurtured. Okay, let's get some details on this. I'm curious. Okay. So we're going to use the, what is this deck called? The Phantom Wise deck. Let's see. So let's see. Okay, nothing wants to come out of this deck. Had that feeling, so it's not this deck. Okay, we're going to do a little clearing energy on our nurturing of our miracle. Ready? 1, 2, 3. What I love about these cards too is it's like, this is like root chakra, and then this is crown chakra. So you're nurturing the root, the who you are, because whatever miracle you're manifesting, it comes from a very organic place. It comes from the very foundation of who you are. So I'm curious to find out some information on this. So that deck did not want to give us anything. Oh, this deck does. It immediately gave us 2 cards. The Ace of Swords and Strength. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, so I was wondering you've got to cut some cords. I mean, there is no way if, ands, or buts are about this. In order for something to grow, in order for it to spring forward, what's holding this back is cords, is ties to things that do not resonate with you. If it does not feed you, if it does not nurture you, think of it like you would cut out things out of your diet if it was making you sick, or it wasn't giving you substance or nurturing your lifestyle of who you want to be. And I just gasped. So making sure your air quality is really good, making sure that you're breathing, that you're taking the time to do the basic things. Because if there's something in your life that's getting in the way of that, it needs to be cut out. And that means family, friends, food, environmental things, jobs. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm saying that you should consult someone. If you are having issues with anything psychologically or physically, I'm not a doctor or a psychologist, so I cannot advise you. If this resonates, please make sure you check with those people, but also trust yourself. What do you think needs to be cut out of your life? What is this is a big knot. Maybe you feel like you have this knot in your stomach, and you're like, I just don't know what to move forward with. I don't know how to move forward. I don't feel nurtured. I don't feel like I am capable of creating this miracle. And it's because you need to get rid of things that are not serving you. They're keeping you held up. They're keeping you in knots. They're keeping you bound. And so, okay. And then strength. Yeah, this is going to take a lot of strength to do. This might mean, like I see right here, the mushrooms, instead of using the standard ways of communicating, like the web or whatever, but using some kind of different way to communicate, like the mycelium network, the kind of like your intuition, your the unseen connections, trusting your instincts, and having the strength to get away from things that do not serve you. The strength card is number 8. It is fire. It is, you know, and like I was saying, maybe your stomach's in knots. Maybe there's this kind of feeling of acid that you're not able to nurture a healthy lifestyle because the stress of interaction with this is causing you harm. And so this miracle can't come into the 3D world manifestation. Your miracle, come on, we got to get your miracle into the world. So you're going to have the strength to wrestle your inner demons, wrestle conformity, wrestle things that are keeping you stuck in order to move forward. Okay. Not easy to do. Okay, let's see. Let's get some clarity. The 8 of Wands. So now we have 2 8s. And so this, what I see is that this miracle wants to come in. And 8-8, the Lionsgate portal, I just learned about where there are 2 mountain ranges in Vancouver, I believe. And they're a Native American people have named them the lion, that they were actually named by something else, but they're these 2 twins. And they stand there as the entrance to this very spiritual place. But it takes strength to go into that area because there's a lot of power there. And so I see these 2-8-8 as everything you're working on, everything that's coming forward, everything you're nurturing right now, from now until August 8th of this year, or maybe into next year, or you've been working on this since last August 8th, which was 888, because of the year added up to 8. This miracle wants to come into the world, but it's going to come in really quickly now. And like I said, you may have been working on it, and I do consider by August, when now we're in June, pretty quickly. But you're going to have the strength to get rid of things that do not serve you. You're going to have to wrestle your inner demons. You're going to have to trust and bring forward ideas. You're going to have to believe in yourself. You're going to have to nurture your own ideas to bring this miracle. This is up to you whether this is birthed into the real world, or it stays an idea. Page of Cups. Yep, see, here's a red string. And like I said, there are going to be things that, Page of Cups, there are going to be things that remind you of being a kid. They're going to pull on you. They're going to get you caught up. And if you're not willing to cut these cords, if you're not willing to look and go, no, I'm not going in that direction. Yes, I know you want to get me back into this place of not nurturing myself, to get in the way, because when we're closest to our miracle, when we're closest to manifestation, so much stuff's going to show up. You're going to have people from your past showing up, and you're going to be shocked by what happens. But this is the universe saying you're almost there. You know, like, are you going to fall for it, or are you going to just see it what it is? It's just a distraction trying to have you go down a rabbit hole so that you don't focus on your guiding light. See, have you ever, maybe you guys have never seen this, but like they used to make compasses out of a little dish of water, or a little lid of water, and then you put the pin in there or whatever, and it works. I don't even know how it works, but it does, and it goes north. See, this rabbit is bringing back some stuff and trying to tie up this page here, and he's not looking at this little cup, this direction of which way to go. So he's getting distracted. So these things are indications to you. When they come up, push harder. nurture this harder. Double down on your on your spiritual cleansing, on your grounding, on your staying clean, on your putting your bubble up and keeping yourself safe. Double down, because this miracle is coming in, and all these little distractions, all these little things that are coming up trying to tie you up, trying to keep you stuck, because they know, because the universe knows that you're so close, and the other side of that does not want you to get your miracle, because your miracle is going to help a lot of people. It's going to, you know, really change things for a lot of people. So let's get some clarity on that. So how would you, and maybe now the cards aren't going to come out, and I just got really, really warm. So I'm like, whoo, what is going on? So the King of Coins, the King of Pentacles, slow and steady. Yes, I mean, like, stay focused on your pentacle here. Stay focused, because what's below, like, everybody just sees this little tree, and that's your miracle growing. But what they don't realize is underneath this is just so much. You've been nurturing this underground, like I was talking about. This, to me, reminded me of that underground, that root energy, because it even looks kind of like dirt, like this turtle. And turtles are slow and steady. And that's fine, because when you cut cords, you got to make sure that they're all cut. They're like completely cut. So why don't we do that? We're going to cut the cords real quick. So here, okay, ready? Whew, I am super hot right now. So something, like I said, you may have been feeling heat. You may have been feeling overheated, or all of a sudden very cold, or be agitated all of a sudden, or emotional. This is the universe. It's like this last ditch attempt of these old energies. It's not the universe. The universe is rooting for you. It wants you to have this miracle, but there's these cords. They're like trying to tether you. They're trying to see if you've really grown, if you're really strong enough to move forward this time, if you're going to get distracted. But like, I've never noticed this before. Look at this, the calf muscles in this kid. It's like, see, you have the strength not to react, because you're so strong, you don't need to. And you don't have to prove anything, because you've grown so strong. But these are tests. These are to see if you are ready, if you're willing to cut the cords. Now let's see. Okay. The Six of Wands, I love this. This is celebration. This is a success. But in this card, it's kind of a bittersweet one. Like, your success, your thing, it's going to mean you have to not be around certain people. Like I was saying, moving away from this. Again, here, this is the Page of Cups, but look at how many moons there are. There's 6 moons. So 6 wands, 6 moons. Things may come in sixes. You may start seeing or getting people coming back in your lives. And we're in the 6th month. So, you know, adding up to 6. So maybe, you know, let's see, 6, so the 18th, the 24th, let's see, the 30th, the 6th. So all these dates might be coming up, because the 12th, because there are going to be things that come up, and they're going to test whether you're ready. But you're going to be very successful. But it's going to mean that you have to really nurture what's true to you and not get embroiled in all these things, because your miracle is something you're creating. And it's up to you. So let's see. Let's get one more card. The Hanged Man. Well, in this instance, it's the woman. But it's, yeah, changing your perspective. When things come in, if you've done the work, if you've had the strength to overcome these things that are going to come in, because they're going to increase. Like, it's not going to be something like, oh, hey, someone that you once knew comes in and they're like, oh, seeing if you're going to fall off the wagon. It's going to be something pretty big. They're going to be big things that are going to try to knock you off this track to see if you're still embroiled and entangled in this, or if you're really if you've done the work and you've nurtured this path and you're ready to create this miracle. Because the universe is like, well, I'll let you birth this miracle into life, but I want to make sure that it's going to survive, that it's going to continue to grow. Are you ready? And so you're going to have to show that you're in balance, that you've changed your perspective, that no matter what comes at you, that you stay in alignment. Because see, I've always loved this card because there's thorns and the feet are just bloody. And also, but this necklace is actually going, it's staying in alignment. So like no matter what's happening, you are staying in alignment. There's going to be pain. There's going to be things that come up because those are showing that you are ready to really parent, to really, nurture, to continue to bring this into life. And not just when it's here. What do you do? I mean, a lot of people don't think about once they have kids or once they create something, they just go, oh, I want to have a child, or I want to get married, or I want to start this new job, or I want to make $1 million. What do you do when you do that? Did you ever think about that? No, because you were thinking that'll never happen. So you never thought about the next step or what you were going to do or what it was going to be like. And so this is telling you to stay in alignment, to, really understand and change your perspective of, I don't just want to have money. I want to be wealthy. I don't want just this amount of money, and when I get this amount of money, I'll be successful, or when I get this job, or when I get married, or when I have a child, or when I write this book. But what does it actually feel like to live day to day in that reality where you've done that, where that exists? Let's see. And if you don't know, start asking yourself. Start meditating on it. Start talking to your spirit guides. So, okay, and then we have the 5 of Cups and the Ace of Coins. What I see is, like, because here we've got the moon again, and we had 6 moons. And so somebody's going to come in, and this even looks like a moon, even though it's a pentacle. And what I see is that somebody's going to cry and complain and go, you just never loved me, and why won't you nurture me, and why won't you focus on me? And you're going to have the strength to put things in and go, no, I'm planting the seed, because here you just got the seed. And you're going to have to turn your back on any behaviors or any people or anything from the past or any things that are trying to keep you stuck and focused on the spilled cups, on what you have lost or how the hardships you've had. And you're going to have to turn away from that and be like, no, thank you. I'm focusing on the 2 of Cups here, because I'm going to use these 2 of Cups. I'm going to use this water within this cups to water my seed, and it's going to grow. And to me, this looks like the Jack and the Beanstalk. Jack believed in those beans, and those beans grew into the beanstalk, and Jack got the miracle, because he started out just going to sell the cow and found and believed, planted those beans, and got the miracle. But, a lot of stuff came along the way. So I know we said we're only going to get 1, and then we got 2. But I like, this is a cool, story. I want to know what you guys are creating. I'm excited. Okay, doesn't want to give me any. So let's use the Places card to see if there's any places or situations that are coming up. School and Perilous Realm. So school is classroom learning, knowledge acquisition. And Perilous Realm is danger lurks, treacherous paths, ominous shadows. A lot of people, as you learn, as you nurture this, because learning, school is a form of nurturing. It's you are educating yourself, you are learning, you are nurturing something. So like I said, this could have something to do with a creation like writing or going to school or needing to learn things. You're going to have to study, and maybe you are surrounded by people who are like, let's not do that. Let's go back to old habits. Let's do this. Let's do that. That isn't fun. I don't want to do that. They even might be throwing a little tantrum or trying to get you tied up like, oh, let's just go have a drink, or let's just go party tonight. You can focus on what you want to do tomorrow. And you have to decide how much you want it. And I even hear the nurture. The first thing it says is training. And then you get the school card. So you're going to have to train yourself. What do you want? And my throat is all of a sudden really hurting. So I do, like I said, I don't think this message wants there's some energy that does not want this message to come out, because this miracle is going to create kind of a perilous realm for a lot of other people. So your miracle is actually very dangerous to a lot of people. It's going to change things. So people are going to tell you also whatever you're doing isn't good. Like I get told that all the time, like, oh, this is so, even if I don't get told this is evil, I get told that this is a waste of time, that it's hokey, that it doesn't matter. And I'm like, oh, but people have been telling stories for endless times. They haven't just written books. They've done oral traditions. They've, coached people. They've been teachers. So like you have to decide for yourself whether you're going to let someone's negativity and stuff wreck that, because perilous realm, look at how beautiful it is. This greenhouse is gorgeous, and they're saying what you're creating is not great, and it's ominous, shadows. So they're like really trying to work on your shadow side, on and say that like if you go this direction, you'll be going down a treacherous path. Like maybe what you want to do and what you're bringing, what your miracle is someone else's danger, is someone else's nightmare, because you will not be able to be controlled anymore. Just interesting way to look at things. There's always different ways to look at things. Okay. And with yep. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of mischief coming in, because you're the anomaly. You're the unusual one. You're the one who doesn't fit in. So they're going to try to cause some problems, because they want you to they want to stop you from this. I mean, you are bringing something into the world that is so incredible. And, that those dark forces don't want that. And if anybody wouldn't want goodness and light and beauty and new creations in the world, they are in the shadow. They are not working in the highest good. Okay, let's see if there's any more cards that want to come out. Memory. Yeah, they're going to try to work on your memories. They're going to try to, like call to action, like make you get stuck in your head. But like I said, this miracle is so important. So keep nurturing it. Keep focusing on growing it. Even though it feels like maybe people are saying, well, I don't see the big deal. You've been working on this for so long. You've been going to school, or you've been studying, or you've been putting all this time into it. Maybe you've been spending a lot of time meditating. And they're like, I don't see anything. But what they don't realize, and you don't have to prove to anyone, is this has been slowly growing. And the root structure is so strong that by the time that they see it, it's going to be so established that there's nothing they could do. But you've just got to get through this time. You've got to have the strength to not get sidetracked, to not get give up. Perception, yeah. It's all about how you see things. Like I was talking about with the Hanged Man, the perception. It's all about how you continue to see it. So I really need you to just stay focused. Surface. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things that people try to get to surface, and a lot of people that surface trying to keep you off track. I mean, think about how amazing and special you guys are, that all these forces would try to come and knock you down and knock you off track. Like what you're creating has to be so freaking awesome that I mean, like, this is all worth it. I mean, think about that. Like, people are like, wow, like people do all this stuff and try to knock me off track. That's how important you are. That's how amazing what you are doing. That's how life-changing, how if they think what you're doing is perilous, is like going to disrupt the very nature of the world and their lives, that means you're extremely powerful. So instead of giving up, instead of thinking that, you know, what they're saying is true and stuff, if you continue to believe, yeah, you're protected from this karmic path, but you have to keep up your spiritual maintenance. So like I said, create a bubble, surround yourself with light, do some cleansing. I personally, I use a lot of different products. I use rosemary, I use sage, I use candles, I use water, I use mirrors, I use runes, I use protection before I go to sleep. This is so important that you really need to focus on it, because you're going to tell the truth. This is going to be the ladder that changes everything. Your manifestation, your miracle is the truth. And no one will be able to ever deny the truth once it's brought forward. You've got to trust in this path. You may not see what's ahead. You may only see the footsteps in front of you. But as long as you trust, everything else might be dark. People might be saying that you're a fool, that you are just, you know, like getting that what you're doing isn't important. But you have faith, because every step you take will be illuminated. You have to trust that it's there. That's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it. And again, grounded. Ground yourself. Ground yourself, ground your emotions. Work on your emotional regulation. I keep getting that. Like, emotional regulation is not about planning what you're going to say or do in any situation. It's about being prepared to stay grounded no matter what comes into your life, what life brings. And when you're grounded in that, you know, in knowledge, like we got with the school, we got with schooling, what we got with nurture was knowledge. So nurture that part of you. Maybe you need to work on a sigil or a mantra that you use. I use one because I personally like it, of surrender, because I'm surrendering to radical acceptance. I surrender to whatever is in front of me, and that is not easy. And so, you know, you just got to figure out what works for you. So we're going to clear the air real quick. Sorry about that. 1, 2, 3. I needed to get that one a little louder, because this is coming in and this is intense. And, you know, yeah, people are going to cause trauma. Oh my gosh, every card I pick up. Yes, secrets. They may try to say, if you continue to talk, if you expose their secrets, because maybe you're writing a book, and it's going to expose some people's secrets, and they don't want that. So they're going to threaten you, or they're going to say, well, if you're going to expose my secrets, I'm going to cause drama. I'm going to cause these issues. You can't be afraid anymore, because it's stifling you, and this miracle needs to come to light. And you know, the universe will bring, you know, give you this idea that it'll give you this miracle, but it's up to you whether you take it. So I love you guys so much. I'm so proud of you. You got this, and please let me know what you're working on. You know, and you put it down in the comments, or if you do nothing else, like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on the little notification, put koala emojis. We got our koalas there, Camila Koala in her bow, and we've got koalas behind me everywhere, but put a koala emoji in the comments, and most importantly, come back for the story. I love you guys so much. I love this community. I couldn't do this without you, and I'll talk to you soon. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.